So come with me to see Maggie Hambling and Sarah Lucas at OOO. I do apologise, the show has just ended, but it's still worth looking at on the video because it's such an exquisite show. So it starts off by entering into the main room with Sarah Lucas' piece, which she's on a concrete chair, one of the bunnies that normally Sarah Lucas is known for. But however, for me, it feels like she's facing the Hamlin painting, observing. So it could be kind of sexualized from behind, but when you actually look at the posture, which I will show you, personally for me, I do feel like she's leaning over a chair observing the painting. Where in this next particular painting, I was really enjoying with the textures of what appears to be footmarks as well as handprints within the painting of Hamlin's. And then this picture of Lucas and Hamlin I really adored. If they sold it as a print, I would have had that. This room is a little bit more confronting with the teeth. It's one of Sarah Lucas's famous wallpaper prints, which I'll show you in a moment where it gets close. It's almost like pixelated, and then you can see more. Where in opposition you have Hamlin, which you just saw, showing the mouth. Both of these are representations of a smoker's mouth, and you can see more of a smoker's mouth. So the Sadie Coles gallery is actually at two spots. It's one there, and then you've got to cross the road and go over to 38 as well, which I'm doing now to complete seeing both, but it's like crossing the road, it's not far. And then we enter into more of Hamlin's work with more of the bunnies by Lucas. The paint, the texture had a kind of iridescent glitter that wasn't showing as well on the camera, but it's almost like a silver-esque quality, which you can see there. I don't know why I say silver-esque, it was silver, it was mixed with a blue, and it kind of reminded me of a sea and sea spray in tones, and it was very passionate, and I just felt a lot from these abstractual strokes by Hamlin, which I really enjoyed, and to see more sculptures also with this particular piece that really moved me when I looked closer with the actual work, where it's a lot of free writing, which I've heard that Hamlin does do sometimes. And then we go on to the next part where I look at the sculptures which are part of the room, and you can see the rooms just flow beautifully between the blue, the red and the green. This piece is titled Henrietta Eating a Meringue by Hamlin, and this is made of plaster. This was actually my favourite piece, and the organicness of it just made me not only spend ages looking at it, but I also went back on another day afterwards to go and see that piece again. Why Maggie Hambling is notorious for cigarettes and her vaping, I do find this piece was quite interesting to see a portrait being displayed by those cigarettes. Why Sarah Lucas had this blue dripping on a paint stool with one of her dummies smoking in the same room, and then you had the same kind of colours paradoxed into Hamlin's picture just next to it. The curation of this show was beautiful, the space was beautiful, and it felt ultimately peaceful and a really beautiful experience to go to, and I'm really glad I've seen, and it will stay with me. And I hope you enjoy watching this as much as I enjoyed filming this, and thank you. If you do like this, give likes, comments, share, all those lovely things that help me keep spreading the word to other people.